Your daughter is adorable.
I know.
So
Pretty great. She's in the back eating all the chips.
Yes, she is. No, she's so disciplined. Sandy said just have half the bag, and she had half the bag and gave it back.
She did.
That's amazing.
But she's also eating the other half of the bag of the Cheetos.
Right.
And the other half of the bag of the Funyuns.
Right.
So.
Well, and she's 20, right? How old is she?
Yeah, she's 5 and a half. 5 and a half.
She's 5 and a half.
Yeah.
And Layla, is that her name? Lila. And I call her Layla. That's what I hear. I heard Layla.
It's all.
So,
yeah.
And then Louis is the little
8.
boy. He's 8.
Yeah.
And did they like each other right away when you brought her home?
Yes, that was all his decision. He wanted his sister, and he knew she was his sister. And but now there are moments when they want to kill each other. Or she more him than him her. But I like that about her. I like that she'll take a knife and cut a guy. You know?
Yeah.
You just wanted to take off the edge. She will be the one to steal the car. She's watching, right, Lai? You're going to steal the car. But I think by that time they'll have drones and the chips in the heads will be legal, so we'll just monitor her on the iPad.
I see.
And we just turn her right around with our iPad. Right?
Wow. No, that's not going to happen.
You don't know.
I thought, I watched the Jetsons when I was growing up. I thought we'd be on jetpacks right now. That's not happening.
And have the spray face. Remember, she went down the little thing and she said, I want this look. And then she put on.
Yes, the Jetsons. We should do a movie and don't cut me out of it. Let's do the Jetsons.
Okay.
Let's you and I do the Jetsons.
Who will we be?
I'll be wasn't Rosie the maid?
Judy. Oh, the maid.
I'll do the maid.
Wasn't she a robot?
Yes.
Oh.
What's wrong with that?
Say
I can do the robot.
Laura.
Laurel. So they're very different, you're saying?
Very different, but in the best way, because he could use some of what she's got, and she could use some of what he has. They balance each other really sweetly, and she did something that, I won't say what it was, but I try to get it out of him because he's very honest. That what did he goes? Oh, she didn't do it. Well, maybe she did this, and he kept coming up with scenarios, and then we put him to bed, and he goes, I don't feel well. I have this tickling in my stomach, and he goes, I have to tell you something. And I said, okay, what is it? He goes, I can't tell you because I just like her so much. And I literally stopped and I said, dude, well, now she knows because she's watching. She knows.
I know, she's watching.
It's not going to be good when I go backstage.
No.
Louis will be cut when we get home. But he told us what she did, and I said, I promise you she'll never know it came from you. But just the fact that he goes, I just liked her so much.
That's so sweet.
I know, it's kind of.
Yeah. Well, she is watching right now, and she does know that he told on her now.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We'll fix that later.
Yeah.
Therapy.
Yeah, that's right. Because I've given you a career to have lots of money for therapy. You have a precious little boy who
I do.
Have I met him? No.
I don't think you have.
Why not?
I feel like you have, but you haven't. But maybe it's because he's from New Orleans and you're from New Orleans.
So that's why I feel like I've met him?
Yeah. Well, maybe you did and we both forgot.
Maybe so.
Maybe you babysat.
Yes.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Anyway, he's adorable. I've seen pictures. That's why I feel like I know him.
Beautiful.
He's adorable. He's how old now?
He's 5 and a half.
Oh,
Yeah.
5 and a half.
5 and a half.
Does he say that? Is he proud?
Yes, he added the half now. It's very important.
You stop that when you're older.
Yeah, now I go, I'm half your age or you're half mine.
Yeah.
Those are the conversations you have now.
What? Who do you say that to?
Just people.
You go to people and say, I'm half your age?
I don't know. I was trying to go where you went, and I just got lost. I just got lost, and I'm comfortable enough to admit that. Is this dementia? This is it, isn't it? Oh, God.
I know what that feels like when you're talking, and you feel like if it was the metaphor would be down a road, and you go, where am I? And you don't know how to get back to the main road. Yep, I totally understand.
Yeah.
What did you do for Mother's Day?
Cried a lot.
In a good way?
It's all happy tears.
Yeah.
It's all happy tears. There's so much. I just cry at anything now. I feel like, I mean, I didn't have him that way, but I feel like hormonally, But everything he does, he sang me a song that he wrote. He said, I wrote you a song, and I didn't have the heart to tell me plagiarized. But it's, Bingo, Bingo, the song.
What was the song? What did he say?
The song was about,
words?
there was I had a dog, a bingo. There
No, I
was
know
a
that
mama
song.
I loved so much, and Sandy was her name. Oh, yes. And then I'm just like, Yeah, and then he played the harmonica in between, and then he just kept looking at me, and I just was just, and then, you know.
Well, that's just precious.
It's too much. It's too much.
That's too precious.
Too much, yeah.
He sounds like he has a great personality.
Yeah, he's all boy with a really tender heart.
That's really, really sweet. And he's from New Orleans. Do you take him back to New Orleans a lot?
Yes, we went, well, we were there working, and we go back a lot, and we were just there for Mardi Gras, which was...
You took him to Mardi Gras?
Well,
what kind of mother are you?
I think a good one. I think if you're gonna learn, you're gonna learn.
Those are called breasts, son. I mean...
He's like, why don't they look like yours?
Yeah.
No, because I don't have any. No, oddly, there were no breasts, except for a friend of ours who felt the need to show hers, but somehow I missed it when we were out there, but I was too busy catching the beads.
Well,
I was focused on the beads.
So you were up on a balcony someplace?
Yeah, we went to a restaurant, Herb Saint, which is a great place there, and they had a balcony. We had a bunch of friends up there, and oh, look at that. And that's Anthony Mackie, who's a falcon. And he and his wife and his sons were there, and we just became obsessed with catching the beads. I caught more
Well, you're not
beads.
on a balcony there because you're...
I'm on the balcony.
No, you're reaching up. The floats aren't higher than a balcony.
Yeah.
The floats are...
Yes, they were. They were two-story floats. I was there. I recall. I remember.
I'm from New Orleans, and I've seen a float, and I've seen a balcony. And
They had two-story floats, and they were... Maybe the beads arched, and I was that way.
All right. I think we need to see another angle because I don't understand. I don't even think that's Mardi Gras. It's a big deal to Christmas is a big deal there too.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge. Like I plan Christmas like in July and then start actually decorating 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Are you serious?
Serious.
So
There's an uncomfortable silence going,
yeah,
something not right with her.
I see why Ellen thought she was special. So you start at Thanksgiving getting ready.
Yeah, right before Thanksgiving, I've started pulling out the decorations.
Okay,
Yeah.
your whole house is decorated?
Yeah.
And obviously a tree.
Well, there's trees. Our nanny is allergic to pine, so we had to go completely plastic.
No, well, there's spruce, there's other trees.
None of it's allowed in the house. None of it's allowed in the house. So there's a lot of really good-looking pine trees.
Wow, she must be a good nanny.
She's amazing.
Yeah. So, and what about the kid? What do the kids want?
Well, they want a lot, but this year, you know, all the fires and things like that, I said, how about this year we give to children who don't have anything from the fire? So they came up with that they only get 3 small things. And I said, that works. So
Isn't that amazing?
Well,
That's so great.
but we need to wait until Christmas Day to see if that's still
to
going
see if they
out.
still, on Christmas Day,
They're
if
going
they...
to be like,
Yeah.
like, no, remember you said. No,
Yeah.
but they're really good that way. I think, you know, you can't not see what's going on in the world anymore, and you can't protect your kids from it. So they saw it, and it just made them really sad. So
That's so great. I hope a lot of people do that because there are a lot
I
of
think
people...
a lot of people are doing it.
Yeah.
It feels different this year for some reason. I don't know. People feel nicer.
Yeah. We're counter...
No?
Yes, I do. I think we're counterbalancing some not nice things
Yeah.
going on, and I think people are trying to be nicer. So... your hair is hitting your microphone.
Sorry.
Now you're trying to do it on purpose?
I'm doing, yeah.
Yeah. Do you care about our sound people at all? You're not bothering me. I don't care.
Keep talking. Talk.
Okay. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, sorry. So let's be serious.
All right.
This is a very serious show today. I
Yeah.
get a whole different vibe from you today. There's like a seriousness here that we have to.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
It's not serious at all.
No, okay.
No. All right, so we talked about what the kids want. And do they get you something?
No.
No. They should.
They should, but they don't.
Yeah.
I say now what my mother said, which is I just want good kids. Just be sweet to me. That's all I want.
Uh-huh.
And like no fighting.
And do they?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, like they don't understand. I said, why don't you make me breakfast in bed? And they're like, what? Like, us cook for you? And I'm like, yeah, but they're still young too.
Yeah.
So they don't understand that concept.
Well, that wonderful nanny you have could give them some ideas that...
She could.
Right? Yeah.
She could. But I'm making her breakfast in bed as well. So.
Oh, wow. I might want to be your nanny. That sounds like a really good job.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm glad to see you've had, seriously, this is the serious part. You've had a rough couple of months, and I'm happy that you're happy and things are good.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a, like life, I realized happens whether you schedule it or not. That was just blew my mind this year, yeah. But my dad died, and then while my dad was failing, we get a call from the nanny, same nanny, that our dog Ruby, the two-legger, had a stroke. And I'm like, what? I was like, just put her on life support, do something. And they go, we can't, she's suffering. So I was like, okay, there's a reason for this. Dad settled, we fly home. Days later, your dad's not doing well. Then the nanny comes into the room. She's got a look on her face. I'm like, what did the kids do? And she's like, I need to speak to you in the bedroom. And I was like, okay. And she goes, your other dog has a heart tumor. And she's gonna die in 3 days. And I was like, I'm gonna be fine. And then a week later, I'm in bathtubs crying, and the kids are like, is mommy okay? Everyone's like, just leave mommy in the bathtub, she's gonna be fine.
Oh.
So you know what, it's life, but you know, when you lose your little rides or die, it makes things different.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
And I know how much an animal lover you are,
Yeah.
and that's a really tough thing, because
Yeah.
you rescue, it's so great. She rescues the two-legged dogs that nobody wants. which
Everybody
is-
wanted it, I just got it.
Yeah. She also made a $100,000 donation to the Humane Society because of everything that's going on. And $400,000 to the Red Cross. That's what she's done. I mean, you're a good person. I mean, whenever anything like this, you've always, every cause you are always donating for.
You do it a 1,000 times more than I do.
Well, I
but
have a great platform, and I can,
you have a great bank account,
yeah.
is what you
Well,
have.
you would too if you didn't make so many donations.
Okay. So that's why no one's getting presents this year.
All right, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, sweet Jesus, what is it?
No, it's a good one.
Don't scare me.
I'm not going to scare you. I won't.
I swear,
I'm
if
not.
you do it,
I won't.
I will never come on the show again.
First of all, yes, you will.
Yeah, it's true.
But I'm not going to scare you. But it's a surprise. It's going to be great.
I'm just like, I don't want anyone coming up behind me.
Well, we're going to take a break. We're not going to
good.
scare you.
Stop
We'll be
it.
back.